we'll have 4 games in total with USA-Serbia, the final game tonight. It's been an interesting match, an all-African matchup. 2 teams that met each other twice in the summer and then in the fall of 2019 with mixed fortunes, really. Nigeria and Mozambique. Nigeria took the game, I think, in AfroBasket. You were there, Azania.
I sure was.
And in fact, Nigeria probably took both games, didn't they? I think. Because Nigeria went into the Olympic qualifying, or the pre-Olympic qualifying tournament, won. It's Mozambique and Senegal that had switching fortunes. There you see the matchup today, Nigeria-Mozambique, followed by the United States, Serbia. That's a bit of a mouth-watering event. That'll start at 8 o'clock GMT. As for this one, it's anybody's guess, really. Nigeria is this emerging force in women's and men's basketball. You can see their ranking at 17. Mozambique way down in 43. Azania, now go back to this issue of Mozambique being here, because Senegal is probably the top team or second top team in Africa. Why are they not here?
Yeah, they definitely dropped the ball, Senegal, in their tournament in November. But going to Mozambique, they played very, very strong. They have the 2 big 1-2 punch of Donge and Seda. And Nigeria only beat this team by 9 points in November. So they'll definitely be prepared for this. But, you know, Nigeria are the African queens, the back-to-back AfroBasket champions. So they will be led by their MVP, Kalu, which is she's the engine of this team. She really gets going. So it'll be a very interesting, no doubt, both of these teams. This is truly a final for them. Not only the African nations, but only one African team could go on to the Olympic Games. So this is the final for this team.
Yeah, well put. It's a do-or-die battle. First game of the tournament. These 2 teams will come in with very little preparation, probably as much as the European teams. Nowhere near as much as the Asian teams, obviously, as the Mozambique team will be first on the floor. And obviously the true star of this team is Leah Dong, who will play at number 11 for this team. She's a very, very interesting prospect. Great player around the leagues, and has been a true servant for Mozambique basketball for sure. And the Tigresses of Nigeria onto the floor.
Here we see Nigeria come out. They truly have a great deep bench. Coach will definitely sub through at least 9-10 players. Kalu, like I said before, Ecuador. Here we see Victoria McCauley, as we see right there. As we see the Nigeria fans also have got a nice little crowd.
Nice little crowd going there. Well, we'll break for the anthems, and then we will discuss more about this game afterwards. Anthem's finished. A few closeout shots there of both teams. And I'm assuming both teams will meet at half court to exchange momentum. I wonder if both teams thought there was going to be the minute silence there that we've had at the start of both games, but not. That will be for the starting fives before the actual game. Both two head coaches there, Otis Hewley from Atlanta, Georgia, and head coach of Mozambique, Lionel Manique, who I understand was not coaching Afrobasket. They've changed coaches since then, Azane. Is that what you're saying? I
think so, yeah. I can't remember his name, but he was a Spanish coach. He was very animated. He's not the head coach that I saw in Afrobasket. Either way, the teams will spend their last 3 minutes warming up here.
So you talked about players to watch in terms of Leah Dong for Mozambique and Seda.
Right.
For Nigeria, you like the look of Elena Kalu. She'll wear number 23. Those are referees, Viola Georgi. I've got the names of them, I just missed it there. Viola Georgi, Yevgeny Mikiev from Kazakhstan, and Zenko Tomasovic from Slovakia. A veritable European crew, if you take Kazakhstan as being close to Europe. It's a long, big country, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we'll see Mozambique starting lineup. Before I talked about Donge and Seda, number 16 there, Seda and Donge 11. They combined it for 57 rebounds together at the Afrobasket. So they are a 1-2 punch for sure. Nigeria would definitely have to box them out.
Well, Zita, Mokaro, Kosa, Donge, and Seda will start. I remember these five particularly are the production merchants on this team. I don't know how deep this team's going to go. That'll be their main problem.
I definitely think so.
Not so much tonight, maybe, because you might get 35 minutes out of them. But when you play the Serbians or the USA, you're going to need to go into a bench if you're going to at least think about beating teams of that caliber.
Right, and in the Afrobasket, I saw Donge get in foul trouble. The coach left her in, but there's no sub for her other than Seda.
And Nigeria's lineup will be up in a minute for discussion.
Yeah, they're a powerhouse for sure. They have a great bench coming up from Macaulay and Promise Mukamura. But really, this team is run by Elenu and Kalu. They will press this team the whole time, as you see the starting lineup. Elenu, Akator, Ningifa, Kalu, and Victoria Macaulay, which I'm excited and happy for because she was coming off the bench as I started my announcement, but here coach has put her in the starting lineup. She's having a great season in Galatasaray in Turkey, so great. And there we see Kalu. Have you seen Nigeria play before, Mick?
No, only from a distance.
Amazing.
From my couch to the TV, right. It's a distance.
They're going to press the whole time. You'll see Kalu there, the best player, and then also Elenu. They just get in the lanes. They steal the ball. They're up in your face for the whole 40 minutes. They're pretty exciting. But like I said, Mozambique only lost to this team by 9 points.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot in it.
And both teams at practice yesterday had very energetic practice, I have to say. You know, they were keen on the defense, and if we're going to see an up and down full court press in your face game, then we've got another humdinger coming your way, that's for sure. There's Lionel Manique, final few words for his team. I wonder how well this team can shoot from the outside. I've got a feeling that Nigeria may go to zone, thinking they don't necessarily have the shooters.
Yeah, I definitely think they will change it up between their defenses. I remember Mozambique in the Afrobasket, they were a bit kind of out of shape, kind of needed to, you know, clean up a few things on the box out, and they were kind of wild with their shots, where you do see Nigeria a little bit more clean, polished with some of their offenses. And Coach Otis, he will have a lot of offense in there for them. So I'm excited. This is a battle against the African nations, and a true Queen of Africa will reveal.
Let me throw some stats at you, right?
Okay, here
so
we go.
in Afrobasket, they were 20 of 96 from the three-point line.
20 of 96.
That's just above 20%.
Yeah.
And then for the Olympic qualifying, well, they only played 2 games, remember, because they had 3 teams in the tour.
Congo didn't turn up.
Mm-hmm. So they went to the semi-final straight away, and the semi-final just be qualified for here. They were 3 of 25. So my assumption, looking at those stats, is they need to, they might be facing a bit of a zone tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to find out pretty quickly. Players shaking hands. We'll get the cameraman there as close can be. He'll retreat to the sidelines. Nigeria versus Mozambique. This is game 3, Group A, the first game. There are 16 teams competing around Europe. We will have a minute's silence in memory of David Stern and Kobe Bryant. Zena, what a nice touch. 10 players, 3 referees, hand in hand around the circle. I hope somebody's got a photograph of that because that is so powerful.
Yeah, true sign of, you know, respect for both Stern and Kobe himself.
Here we go, game on. Mozambique, Nigeria. Mozambique in the red, they'll get first opportunity to score, and Lea Dong scores. Nigeria in the white. And we haven't got the full court press on yet, but we've got a bit of pressure up the floor. And it will be 23 Kalu who will run the show. Macaulay's 25.
Yeah, Nigeria's going to be a bit disappointed with that. Donge straight out of the blocks first, drawing blood for Mozambique, and there she steals it.
Poor pass from Ngifa into the post there. Down the floor is Makaru, 11 Dong. 5 Zita, down to Dong. Well, Macaulay did well to get some hands in on that move up the floor. Look at Zita all over Kalu, 23. Kalu goes over the pick and roll. A lot of experience on this Nigerian team. There was a little bit of contact. Kalu not too phased by it. She'll deal with that one right now.
Good defense there. You see Seda just put her hands in at the last minute.
So Zita is 5 for Mozambique, 6 is Makaru, 7 here is Kosa. Dong is 11. That looked like it came right off Dong. Either it touched her knee on the way down, on the way up, but it went flying out of bounds off something.
Yeah, Kosa also, I forgot to mention, she's a true vet. She's got some great experience under her belt as well, so hopefully she'll get hot and
bit of speed on both these teams, right? There's Kalu through the legs once. Here's the ball to Macaulay. Ngifa screens for Macaulay. Macaulay up, under, little flick shot, can't score. Ngifa, the rebound. Macaulay grabs it out in the air. Again, she goes in. And 2 for Nigeria. Seems like Nigeria might have the more potent offense here. A lot more scorers. That's Ngifa, 21. I'm just getting mine mixed up with a Kator. There is a Kator again with the rebound, goes up, and the first foul against the tall 16 Tamara Seda.
Yeah, that's real. Akator's style of play. She is definitely a pogo stick. Once that ball goes up here, you see, boom, she gets the rebound and she's back up early. That is her style of basketball. She is very, very good for Nigeria, and Mozambique must box her out.
Now, Evelyn Akator was Lagos born. There aren't many of this team that are actually born in Nigeria. Most of them are born in the States. Evelyn Akator was a Chipola, I think it's Chipola Community College, and then went on to Kentucky. And now, obviously, a true force on this team here.
Makes the second.
That was a double-double at Kentucky. You can't be too bad if you're playing that school like that.
Right. There was that little soft press there from Nigeria that time. No trap.
Yeah, but I like the way they're playing ball pressure everywhere right now, and it's caused a travel out of 6 Makaru. And good work there from Antonye Ngifa. Kalu So an early lead here for Nigeria, 3-2. Just trying to put the pressure on Akator. A screen from Macaulay for Kalu, over to Ngifa. And I think we got a moving screen against Kalu here. That'll be the first foul of the game.
That was well caught by the well caught by the referee there. Kalu just didn't have her feet set perfectly for the screen, and that referee was on time and on point.
I'm a blamer of the person using the screen. There's no point in using the screen if it's not set.
I would agree with that, but there she just kind of, great way Kosa breaks that press. She just kind of gave her forearm.
Gave her the little nudge over up. Easy two coming here from Seda. It should have been. Flying Macaulay came in. There was contact, the referee's seen. Let's see how much contact there is.
Just a tap of the hand.
Maybe a tap of the hand, maybe. We'll see this. This is a better. Yeah, good call. My word, that's a good call.
Great camera angle.
Yeah.
But that really should have been a and one.
Yes. Yeah. There's no way that Tamara Seda should have missed that. That was there for the taking. Notice Hewley there. A relaxed practice yesterday, didn't he?
Right, yeah, they did. But they did go practice later on in the evening.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one I was here for. Here's Kalu. Macaulay comes up top. Long and leggy as Kalu. Off to the races go Leah. That might have been a double dribble. She's missed the layup anyway. Seda doesn't want any part of taking that back out. Good discipline from Tamara Seda. Makaru here 6.
Fun fact, I've actually seen Dong try and dunk in a game before, as that's a nice move by Kasa.
Zita, Zita just found the lane down the baseline. No help came. Ngifa, good defense too from Mozambique. Elanu, I think it might be Elanu's first touch of the game there. Wide open three, couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, Elanu for me is a silent assassin. She's real smooth, quiet, and then at the end, as they turn over the ball there, well done, Macaulay. She's real. She doesn't do anything too, bright or real out of her
Steady
character.
Eddie.
Yeah. And then you look at the stat line, and she'll have 10 points, 10 rebounds, and she's happy, and she's going home with the win.
Every coach's dream.
She played at Salamanca a fair few years. I think she's at Girona now in Spain.
Down low to Akator. There's a foul in there somewhere. Could go against Dong here. Let's have a look through the referees now. The referee is maybe 6. Makaru, I think it is. It is indeed. Leah Dong was involved. Just having a little chat with the referee to see what was what.
Yeah, Dong is a specimen. Her body, her physicality. She, like I said, in the Afro basket, she went out for a dunk, in a full-lane transition dunk. Grabbed the rim. She missed it, unfortunately, but it was a great attempt.
Well, we will see the Dunkmeister Brittany Griner later on.
We sure will.
The USA team. Deflection there from 21 Ngifa. The pressure is everywhere for Nigeria's defense. You've got to love to see it. Turned over. Oh, it was a kick, and it's gone against Mozambique. Macaulay, hands everywhere.
And that's the pressure I was talking about earlier on. Look, here we see Macaulay in there. Elanu coming for the Kalu, sorry, for the trap. It's a constant.
Didn't see where the kick was. The referees have said it was a kick ball. Yeah, I didn't see that myself.
She said it was a kick and then a
deflection.
A deflection.
Elanu will come and take the ball out. You'd only get a second touch of the game. This can go backcourt because the call was in the backcourt. Here's Kalu, guarded very closely by Zita. Is Elanu. Macaulay, high post. Well, she locks up a 3. That's gone rim. I'm not sure either of these teams will really be fine shooters of the ball. Another turnover, poor pass in the end. Here's Kalu, open floor, lobs it up. Ngifa, great pass down low to Akator. To Elanu, excuse me.
And there's Elanu yet again. She had the
right
steal.
Place, right time.
Yeah,
yep.
She had the steal, then comes right down and scores an easy basket. That's what I was talking about, the silent assassin. She just outworks everyone every time I've seen her play.
Zita into Makaru 6. As you get a driving lane to the baseline, that's a good looking pass to Dong. Dong's got a soft touch, and anything 8 feet and low, she is really strong. And you're right about the physique, Azania. It's to die for, really, isn't it?
Right, lovely body.
Kalu, a long two that was there from the number 23, Azina Kalu. The press, look at this pressure. They're just hesitation all around for Mozambique. They may struggle to get it over, they have. Well, they would have turned it over on the 68-second rule. But instead it was off a dribbling move. And I think this is a huge statement. Timeout here for Mozambique.
Yeah, and coach is there, gets in Zita's face, just kindly, softly says, look, take your time, but I talked about this Nigerian press. It won't stop. It won't give up.
Yeah, relentless.
For the 40 minutes, we're already 6 minutes into the game, and they are pressing full court the whole way. As Mozambique talk about how they break this press.
And you talk about this, Azania, the influence of Otis Hewley. Both men's and women's programs have a lot of American influence. And this is something you'd see in American high school basketball, or maybe in American college basketball too. You've got the talent to go out full court press, you've got a little bit of quickness, or a lot of quickness in this case, you've got length, so you go and just press for 40 minutes. Everybody buys into the defensive angle, everybody gets court time because you need subs because it's such a high tempo game. And it's a great way to play, right?
Right.
You play, your defense dictates your offense.
Yeah, great here. We see a quick, nice touch by Dong. You're so right about that, but they have the depth to do that. You know what I mean? If you're going to press, that is so tiring. I know myself. I've never pressed 40 minutes. I've never played on a team like that. But you do need a lot of bodies, it's a lot of risk taking as well, because you're trapping, you're running through the gaps. So
you didn't turn around to your coach at Florida and say, listen, coach, I don't do defense.
No, I love defense.
I'm not playing defense that far up the floor.
Defense is where I got paid. Offense, I didn't care for, but defense, I loved it.
Good for you. I love the defense too. I played a lot of teams. We were up in the face, up the floor. Yeah, I love it. It was the one of the ways you can make your mark, right? Back
Definitely.
to the game, Macaulay. Oh, that's a poor pass from Macaulay. The back door was on for Elanu, and Macaulay hadn't read it right. Little nod of the head to accept responsibility. Again, they're into this press. Otis Hewley has got this team finely tuned into this run and jump defense. This pressure, I love the next pass pressure. That's the important one for me. Can you put pressure on the next pass? Right,
and they lure you right into this corner over here, and they'll trap constantly.
Down low to Dong, great turn, great move. Wow, that's a move to write home about, yeah. I've used that one already, I can't use that one.
No, it's okay.
Kalu deals with the pressure, 10-8 Mozambique lead. Kalu with the horns play here. Akator off to Nengifa. We've got a sub coming in for Nigeria at last, and Mozambique's defense is just as strong. The foul from Makaru. That might be her second. It is indeed, as I look up to the scoreboard. The first foul is already flashing from 2 or 3 minutes ago. And the second one flashes again. As you see the Dong's move, look at this, bisects two players. I'm not sure Akator couldn't have got there a bit quicker and a bit before Dong made the penetration. Yeah,
Dong has such a great, you know, she stays in the air, she has time, she has great touch. As we see her, she's subbing out here? No, she's staying in the game. They have to keep her in the game.
Yeah, Makara's out. And her replacement, it looks like it's 12, Lavangani. Well, I don't think Lavangani's subbed in. I'm not sure she can sub herself back out. Oh, that's right. They got it right now. Lavangani's come in. Sada's sat down. Her replacement, I think, is Mafanelo. I'll just get confirmation of that in a minute. 14. What do we got here? We've got a foul, I think, against one of the Mozambique defenders. I think it's against 14. Mafanelo's just in the game. 14th foul for Mozambique, so they'll be shooting Nigeria from here on in to the end of the quarter. But Mozambique have the lead, but I just fancy Nigeria have the upper tempo here. Elanu 11 turns the corner on the fake handoff. Into the lane is number 10.
Promise, Amokamara.
Oh, it's your girl, right? Amokamara. Great move. Dong, open floor. This could end up one way only. Macaulay's been called for the foul. She may argue the cause here. A replay will back us up either way. Macaulay may say, I got hand on ball, ref. Let's have a look. This is great angles. We're going to see everything on this play here. All arm.
There's ball right at the end, but she just comes across her elbow there.
There's no argument there, I'm afraid. 10-10 the score. Dong with 4 points already. Soft touch from the free throw line. The ball wipes its feet before it goes in, Azania. What were you like as a free throw shooter?
I was pretty good.
You good?
Yeah, I was.
No, tell me, but what numbers? Give me some numbers. Pretty good's no good to me.
No, I never talk
it's
stats.
like airy-fairy stuff.
I never talk stats. For me, I just did my job.
My brother might tell me he's pretty good, but I know differently.
Well, I like to think I was pretty good, okay?
So you're not going to back that up with numbers, so I'm not going to draw you on that one, am I?
I don't know my numbers. I wasn't the numbers type of player.
Oh, wow. There you go. I love it. Amokamara to Elanu. Ngifa picks up the ball. Back to Elanu. They've got a post up here. Great double team on Ngifa's looking to make. What a move. Oh, couldn't quite finish. Picks up the rebound. Is good.
Here they set their press again. Here we go. Elanu.
That was Akator's 2 points. She's having a good start to this game. Dong will get it all the way back. And 3 is good from down the Zita. Mozambique take a 3-point lead now. Ngifa. Elanu. Oh, good pass now. I think that Amokamara, your favorite player, will argue she was caught on the way in here. There's the 3 from Zita in the replay.
I just like to say her name. Her first name's Promise, which I think is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then Amokamara. Great defense by Kalu there.
Yeah, she's just playing the really tight, in-your-face. I call it the bad breath defense because you get so close, the opposing player can just smell it. And Ngifa will sit down for a break.
And Ife Mbekwe will sub in for her.
From Carson, California.
With this group,
great turnover. Elanu will get a layup here, left-handed, good. The gap is just 1 now. Again, the defense making points for the offense.
Literally as soon
another one also.
No, that's right. As soon as I was going to say with this group is a defensive-minded group, boom. Elanu steals the ball right on cue. With Elanu, Ngifa, Kalu, they're so smart, they're so quick, long hands, and they're great timing on the traps here. Look, they're full court press right here. Watch them. They'll lure them into this corner right by the halfway line, and they'll trap.
And they should switch. There's a guard screen here at the foul line. I mean, the obvious thing to do is switch here and just cause a little bit of distress with the offense trying to get over. They didn't switch. I think they wanted to. It was Amokamara playing defense there, quite close on Annabelle Kossa. Back to Zita. Well, there is Kossa, fires up a 3. And they're finding some space on that perimeter. That's back-to-back 3s for Mozambique.
Real nice shot by Kossa. She had her feet set and drilled that bad boy.
Is it Bekwe? Long perimeter player. Bekwe goes up, a little out of control. And off to the races, and a turnover. And straight away, Delmazita throws a hand up to accept responsibility. I've got a feeling that Dong's pass wasn't great. This is wide open here. Great play. And 2 points for Akator. And Mozambique couldn't wait to get that ball in bounds. Oh, almost a turnover too. Akator will get stopped it with her feet. The referee jumps in straight away.
Considering it seems quite Nigerian-esque, you know, pressure and turning over. It's only a 2-point game. So Mozambique's doing a really, really good job just taking care of the ball.
Absolutely sure. You know, Dong's got a 6. We've got 2 3-pointers. There's 12 right there out of the 18 they've got. Good defense from Kalu. I think the referees will get it for a foul here. He will indeed, as number 12, Lavangani, will get to the free throw line. You know, I thought Kalu played that pretty well, you know.
Yeah, that's
Did her
tough.
best to get out of the way. Kalu will take her first break of the game. Her replacement is Sarah Goke. There's a Goke there. First taste of FIBA Olympic qualifying action. You know, if you're coming off the bench especially, you want to get in there quick, don't you? You want to get rid of those
jitters.
Nerves. Yeah, exactly right. So you're a starter, you get a bit more patience with the coach, because you know you're going to get at least 5 to 6 minutes if you're starting.
Right. But then also it's nice to see a free throw go in and just, you know, calm your nerves.
Absolutely right.
Get yourself going.
Lavangani hits one of those two there. She's Amel Kamara. Back to Elenu, who's played every minute in this first period so far, as is Akator, number 13. Ibekwe, 52, had this drive last time and got into trouble. Same result there. Dong, look at Dong run the floor.
Big block by Dong there, and she runs the floor.
Oh, couldn't quite get that pass, and it's gone through her hands. She's the one that touched it last.
She's a real specimen. She is flying, jumping through the air, blocking shots, running the floor. Nigeria needs to put a body on her, in my opinion. They're not boxing her out.
Have they got a body to put on her, though?
Well, when you hit somebody's knees, they can't jump.
Oh, you're going low, are you?
Yeah, real low.
Screen from Akator into the lane, in and out move two. Count it! What a move from promise, much promise, Amel Kamara. Wow,
And great job by Elenu there, just getting her hands in that play.
I'm not sure there was the need for that over-the-top pass. I mean, Dong was running the lane hard. Just to see what, look at that move. That might be in the highlight package tonight. We might be seeing all, look at Otis Huli says, yeah, baby. Count it. Here is Amel Kamara into Akator. Akator goes to work. Great pass. Okoke, 3, short. And the rebound goes to Elenu. Okoke, what have we got a whistle for? Not sure what that was for. Shot clock, yeah, reset.
Boy.
Shot clock was reset late. He wants it on 9 seconds. He's got it. And we will restart from there.
Okay.
Eagle-eyed referees. That's why you got 3 of them out there, I think.
Right.
3 referees. You're going to see more.
Let's see what Nigeria has here.
I don't know whether you actually remember playing with 2 referees, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, you go. Amel Kamara in and out with the 3. Dong the rebound, a powerful rebound at that. Here's Zita. Zita ahead. Lavangani. Mafanela is 14. That was easily blocked by Ibekwe. There's that move that I don't like. I just think you're opening yourself up to get blocked so easily. It doesn't take much to block a shot like that. But I do take your point about protecting the rim. What happened there? I'm not sure we can finish the end of the quarter because the ball wasn't inbounded yet.
Yeah, the referee just passed it. It kind of slipped. Wasn't a great
Dong's
pass.
hands.
Yeah. Reset.
What are they setting it to? 0.3 of a second?
Yeah, I think so. That was what was left. Yep.
So there's just enough time to tip it, I think. There's no chance to catch it and shoot. Yep, and that's exactly what happened. First quarter done and dusted, Azania. 19-18 Mozambique lead over Nigeria. You know, for all the pressure that Nigeria is showing, Mozambique have responded. They've hit shots, and they've shown they're in this to play it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. You know, they're a tough team, especially with Dong and Seda, but also Kassa. And here we see the stats. Basically, they're the same, 57% from shooting from 2s. You know, this game, anyone can take this game. It's truly going to be about defense.
Otis Huli there, drawing up a couple of plays so we can get in and listen. I'm not sure we've got sound in there, but Zany, what do you think?
Let me see if I can. Oh, we'll see some
We'll
highlights.
get the highlights instead. It's the first play of the game. You like Leah Dong, don't you?
I love her. I'm really impressed by her. And then we see Macaulay there. Nice move to the basket. I'm going to put forward, I think in the first quarter, Promise Amukamura. She had a lovely in and out switch of the hands and a nice, you know, floater through the middle of the paint. I know people, you know, Mick, so I'm going to put that, and hopefully she gets top 5 of
for
the
plays,
day.
you mean?
Yeah.
Go for it, yeah. Who do you know?
You know, social media crew. They're in our hotel. We eat dinner with them.
Yes. Exactly
In
right. Hang on, the slingshot's coming. We've got the...
Oh.
It's off screen. We'll just watch these replays. Leah Dong, that's some great move there from Dong. It's time to keep your head down, I think. These things are flying over our heads. Two threes for Mozambique. That was one of them there from Zita. I mean, they've really responded from the three-point line, hit both threes of the game. Nigeria 0 for 4. Now, you've got a connection with this coaching staff, haven't you, for Nigeria, who may be able to draw on that later in the game.
I do.
You going to let anybody know?
Oh, sorry. That was. I thought you said later in the game. I was waiting for my cue.
Yeah.
It's Didi Madu. I was a former Florida Gator with myself, and then we played overseas in Spain, and we've had a great friendship.
Did you play on the same team in Spain?
No.
Oh,
no.
But you just same league.
Yep. And she also attended my wedding in a fabulous African Nigerian dress.
And you showed me photographs yesterday. They were beautiful photographs. You looked stunning.
Thank you very much.
It was obviously a great day for the whole family.
It sure was. I'm now a Watson, but I refer to as Azania Stewart, as that is my basketball name.
And what's your online profile name, so that everybody
Still
can write
Stewart.
in and say congratulations?
I'm still Azania 13 or Azania Stewart.
Back to live action here. Ifeanyi Bekwe, 52 to inbound for Nigeria, and Promise Amukamara to start things off for them. Down low, Elanu goes up. The silent assassin, as you like to know, as you like to call him, is going to work in a true, inconspicuous style. Kosa to Zita. Pressure all over the floor for Nigeria. Next pass pressure is just, this is something you can learn from. I think Hewley's done such a great job with his team. Kosa throws one up. Zita will actually pick this one up, long rebound. Nigeria will be disappointed they didn't clean that one up. Zita cross back. Here's Kosa again. Mafanela penetrates, a little fade away. That'll just clip the ring and miss, and they come up with the rebound in the hands of Promise Amukamara. Great look down low. Akator goes diving on the floor. A chance for Mozambique to break. Nice move, but easy to block. Elanu.
I'm telling you, she'll just fill up the stat line, Mick.
Whispering death, as they call her.
Whispering
the silent
death. I like that. The silent assassin, the whisper of death. She is filling up the stat line. She has a steal, she has a bucket, she has rebounds, she has a block. And she will play a lot for Nigeria this game if they're going to truly win.
Wide open is Kosa. Great pass to Dong. Soft touch, Leah Dong. It's almost you put it in the bank as soon as she touches it that range.
Yeah, and she just runs back real smooth, calm and collected. She knew what she was doing.
8 points for the veteran Leah Dong. Zugoke to Amukamara. All the way over here to Elanu. Elanu spins. Tough move. That's a travel, I think. That's tough. That's really unfortunate because the move was there. Just a little hesitation on that left foot. But the eagle-eyed referee on the baseline. Well, you know, Nigeria just don't miss a beat, do they? They don't. There's no jogging back on D. They just stand and hold their ground.
Right.
We're staying right here.
Yeah, and they'll set their press up, as you'll see when the camera shot goes out. They're all matched up here. They'll probably go back into a zone. They just change it up. They just keep Mozambique on their toes. You don't know if they're going to trap.
And Gifa is 21, is back in the game. Amukamara guarding Zita. Zita might turn the corner here. There's a slight trip. Lavangane tests her skills from the just inside the three-point line. Kosa another three that was way off. This team does not shoot the three very well. Amukamara, Elanu. Bekwe looking down low to Ngifa. Ngifa will catch. Oh, great defense from Dom. and did well enough to, in fact, it was Akator, excuse me, I'm getting those two mixed up terribly. Mafanela 14, back into Zita.
Well done for Dong not to pick up her second foul there.
Yeah.
She stayed strong.
Just a slight nudge, wasn't? Look at the post up too. Good defense from Akator as well. Dong, oh, what do we got here?
3 seconds. Call.
Ooh, tough call.
Building a house in there, Mick.
Tough call.
She was in there a very long time.
The roots were developing under her shoes. She was in there so long, right?
Right. And as Seda comes to the bench to sub in.
Tamara Seda in, Mafanela out. This is going to be a real... My feeling's going to go... This is like the cliche of wire written all over it, right? We're locked at 2021. Nigeria just racking up the defense all over this floor. Yep. But they can't quite seem to get their offense into top gear.
And Mohammed subs in for Elenu. She's finally got a sub.
Oh, Amma Kamara will find her way all the way to the hoop. Not sure that was the best shot she could have come up with. Kalu wanted the 3 and settled for 2, and there is a foul. Now, is this against Lavangani? 12, it is indeed. 2 shots for Ezine Kalu. So Kalu is from Newark, New Jersey, played at Savannah State. I don't think Savannah State is the Division I school, is it? I've got a feeling it's not, but I may have to dig deep into my
research
to see what it was. Again, another of this long line of players that were not born in the country.
Right.
But obviously with a great basketball pedigree growing up in the States.
Yeah, they grew up in the States. I know, speaking from my friend Didi Madu, her father is Nigerian, also. So they have deep roots.
It all works.
Yeah.
It all works. Here's Seda. Seda's a big player. She's actually taller than Dong. Seda will drive, using her body, kicks it out. Now what have we got here? Somebody stepped on a sideline, isn't it? Not great play there from
number 12.
Lavangani. I'll say it for you.
Thank you, Lavangani. Yep.
Yeah, we'll love some of these names. They just roll off the tongue eventually.
Yeah, they are quite fun.
Yeah. Kalu. Akator is wide open for the 3. Obviously not too confident with taking it. Amma Kamara guarded very closely by Kosa. Kalu, shot clock's running down to 5. Down low to Ngifa. Wide open, Amma Kamara back at the rim. Who's got that rebound? Ngifa. Straight back to Kalu. Calls the ball screen. And gets it.
Akator.
Did I get it wrong again?
Yeah, it's okay, but Dong gets the rebound. No worries. We mean well.
Kalu. Kosa penetrates, spins, tries to hit Seda with the pass, turns it over. Kosa's not having a great game. Ngifa tries to tip and throw it up to Mohammed. Now, number 9, Mohammed Azania. Talk about Mohammed and the issue we had in the last 24 hours. There's to see the replay with the shirt name.
It's just her married name. She's Balari is her...
Balarabi, right?
Balarabi, yeah, is what she was married, but her passport
name is Mohammed, so therefore that's what goes on the back of the shirt.
Correct.
In FIBA, yeah. 3, well, we got a foul and another mistake
Zita.
by Mozambique. Zita, she's fouled Kalu. I think this must be a 3. So first foul, but you don't foul 3-point shooters, and it is indeed going to be 3 free throws.
Cardinal sin for me to foul the 3-point line.
Well, they talk about shooting any jump shooter right on the rim as a cardinal sin. You just get your hand up and you play as best defense as you can get.
Oh, Mohammed's makeup is fabulous.
You like that,
She's ready for the game.
I'm not really an expert on it.
I'm a firm believer. If you look good, you feel good, and you play good.
You play your best, huh?
Yeah, I wore a little makeup when I played.
Did you?
Not the big oh, look, pink lipstick, red lipstick. I wasn't that type of player, but I'm a firm believer. If you look good, you feel good, you play good.
And do you have the long flock of hair that you've got now back in the day?
I thought it got in my way. Like when I would spin
Probably a
move.
good weapon for against other players as well, isn't it?
I liked it. I just put it up in a bun, but you know.
Buns are usually the acceptable way of most players playing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in fact, looking at Azina Kalou, her hair goes all the way down to the right to the bottom of the back. Yeah. I mean, that will be. I mean, you're playing defense. That's going to fly around, isn't it? So, 3 free throws, much to the delight of that section of the crowd here. And another turnover against the press, and that was as easy as it comes. That was just coughed up without much effort there from Nigeria. Full court press.
Right.
The pass from Dong, straight out of bounds.
And especially how close this game is going to be.
Yeah.
Nigeria's got to capitalize on it, but Mozambique have to take care of those balls. They can't give Nigeria back extra possessions.
No, for sure. And you know what? I'm going to stick my neck out here. Since Mohammed's come in the game, Balarabe, Aisha Balarabe, this has turned slightly. So maybe her presence, she hasn't done much offense or defense, but maybe her presence has just ignited something positive in this Nigerian team.
Yeah, and that's what you would hope as a sub, you know?
Yeah.
Bring energy. Here we have...
Great pass. There's Mohammed with the ball. Can she finish? No. It's going to stay. And there's the foul they were looking for the first time around. And Akator will get it right this time.
And Mohammed's,
will get 2 shots.
Mohammed's hairband flew off there. She was trying to go under here. We see.
And that foul's against 16 Seda. That's her second foul of the game. Well, she got bundled over there big time.
Nice acrobatic move from
Well, those 2 gentlemen don't look too impressed. Love to know where their loyalties lie, whether it is with Mozambique or Nigeria. They're sitting down to your right there. You have to go and check that out. Front row to your right. You have to go and check it out halftime. Ask them. Second free throw is good. Opened up a 5-point lead here for Nigeria. Again, the press comes on. You've got to love this basketball.
Yeah, they don't give up.
This is the best basketball to watch. Run and jump, defense, get in your face, make the next pass difficult. Also looks like a travel. Otis Hewley looks like he's playing defense on the sidelines over there. Could have intercepted that pass. They're running out of time here, Mozambique. They've got it nowhere near the basket. Ooh, what do we got? It's got to be a defensive foul. Who's it on then? Is it Mohammed?
Mohammed.
Number 9, Mohammed. I saw the fingers go up from the referee. Sometimes it's not hard, not easy to read.
Yeah, and that's disappointing because they had Mozambique on the ropes there.
That was the best passage right there. And again, I go back to this idea of Mohammed's in the game, but it is up the ante for Nigeria.
Right.
And yet I wouldn't say she's necessarily being ever present out there.
No, but she's just another big body on
doing the job, right? Yeah. Mozambique again struggling to find shot clock here. They're going to run out of time. Didn't know we only had 14 on the clock on the reset. Is this the time when Nigeria turn the screw? Timeout here for Mozambique. The referee's just pointed to that bench.
I think you're right, Mick, because Mozambique wants a timeout to talk about it because Nigeria are turning up the heat really on Mozambique as we listen in to the timeout.
A seguir, vamos jogar ok? Giro embaixo, câmara em cima. Perceberam? Sua linha de passe.
And your Portuguese, Zane, I hate to ask, is it as good as my Portuguese?
Portuguese, eh?
Yeah, what's your Portuguese like?
It's not far of Spanish, but I don't know. I'm not catching any Spanishy or Portuguesey kind of words right now. Do they have another dialect that I don't know about? I'm not sure.
That's your job for halftime.
All right.
Otis Hewley there.
You know what? I do love Otis because he does just get so animated. He'll run up and down the sidelines. He'll get really into the whole game. He'll shout, he'll scream, he'll talk about the defense. So you'll see him sometimes on the court at some point in the game.
Yeah, like I just said, it was almost like he was getting to be the sixth man out there and could have intercepted a pass quite easily. There's Aisha Mohammed, Aisha Balarabe. The drums are out.
Oh man, talking about the drums, when I was in Senegal for the Afro basket.
Over the summer, right?
Oh, it was rocking in there. Yeah. Packed house, 20,000 people, drums, every instrument you can think of. It was unreal. It was really a spectacle to be a part of.
So you live in the States, I live in Canada. They don't understand the world of basketball, do they?
Nope.
And how far-reaching it goes. You know, the Philippines, Africa, when you get it going, it is a sight to behold. A missed shot there from Amukamara. Good little layup there from Amukamara for sure. Makura's back in the game. She has 2 fouls. She'll be very wary about picking up the third. Zita with the ball. They're so slow in getting things started here, Mozambique. It's a real problem for them. Lavangane down low.
Yeah, 2 seconds on the clock. They've got to shoot it.
Makaru will throw it up. It's been rebounded. Oh, yes. Great recovery there from Akator. Elonu. Kalu might get herself in a little bit of trouble. Comes out with some little exquisite moves. And again, the pressure applied. Amukamara is helped out by Akator. That could be backcourt. Under the old rules it was, right. But new rules no.
Nigeria's defense is just slowing them down, that they've got less than 10 seconds to run.
We're down to 6 seconds again. Look at this. They've not even got it close under the 3-point line. It's taking its time, but it's, oh, what a shot. What a shot. Zita throws her hands up in disgust. You better get it back on defense, I think. That might be Mozambique ball, you know.
No, white ball.
You're going to say that. I thought it came off Elonu last of all. But anyway, nobody's arguing.
Yeah, the defense of Nigeria is really slowing down Mozambique, that they're getting less than 5 seconds, sometimes not even getting a shot. And right now, they need all the points that they can get.
Yeah, the icebreaker seems to be right there. Backdoor Mohammed scores. What a play. There's the backdoor play as it's worked to perfection off the sideline. That is back. Oh, my goodness. I think the ball hadn't gone. That's all I can think. 2 points is good down the other end from Jimo. Love to see a replay of that. It looked like she had both feet in the front court, didn't it? But maybe the ball was still backcourt. Now Nigeria running out of shot clock. Kalu. Amukamara penetrates. Amukamara up in the air. That is a great way to finish a long offense.
Nice hit by Amukamara.
That will deflate the Mozambique defense.
Hey, I've got one.
Yep.
She promises to score a basket.
A player of much promise, you're saying. That's what you're saying? Yeah, I agree with that.
That's hanging out with Jeff too much. He did that to me.
Found the low post there from Aisha Mohammed. Yeah, Jeff loves the...
Jeff Taylor, my...
hyperbole.
Yeah, my co-host in Africa. He was, for sure, top. He's rub off on me. I promise for a good day. I promise for a basket.
And he would, yeah.
Sorry.
No. We all miss Jeff. Jeff is out in Bourges in France, covering that group. With Shona Thurman. Carlin Gay is in Ostend.
And Victoria Macaulay subs back in for Nigeria.
Yeah, the pressure does not stop for this Nigerian team. Kalu, great move from Zita, turned over. Off to the races go Nigeria. That was not a great pass at all. It skidded off the floor. Promise Amukamara just couldn't come up with it. Tough one to catch. And 2 points went begging. That's a nice block from Macaulay too, as Jimo went flying in. Mozambique down to 2 seconds on this clock. There's Kalu Imovia in the game for the first time this second period. Here she is, gets the ball back. She might get this one back down. That might be a foul. No, it's not being given. She completely laid out Deolinda Jimo. Jimo turns to the referee and says, give me some support here.
Is she the one's playing in Louisville? Or no?
Jimo? Or...
No. I'm going to have to look at my papers.
Shot missed there. The rebound from Macaulay.
Actually, no.
Macaulay, low post, dancing away. Imovia, that's the foul there from Jimo.
Victoria Macaulay here, if you see a good little pass, she's definitely worked on her handles and her skill with the ball. I don't remember her being this agile and kind of guard-like. I think she could really, truly play the 3-man and the 4. She's definitely got some skill.
Interesting. I saw her shooting around yesterday. She's got a nice shot too. Referees have stopped it for a split second to talk to Lionel Manique, the head coach of Mozambique. Nigeria's ball. No change of defense for either team yet. Long, long 3 from Logan, misses.
Yeah, that worked out for Mozambique. They played a zone there. Promise Amukamara steals the ball.
The blink of an eye, the ball is turned over. This defense is completely suffocating this Mozambique offense. And the halftime talk will be, how do we solve the problem?
How do you solve the problem?
Well, you got to break the press, right? You break the press and you attack it. And the only problem is, do they have the players down the other end outside Leia Dong to really break it with assurances of points? Amukamara with the first of the 2 free throws. So Sarah Imovia, South Carolina, 27 years of age, where she played ball.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Team, together we achieve more.
Absolutely right. Mukara will settle for might be our first shot of the game. Mukara misses, and the foul will go against Jimo. Number 15, that'll be 2 shots down the other end straight away.
Yeah, great rebound by Victoria Macaulay there, flying in the air for that rebound.
Well, I made a statement at the end of the start of the second quarter, there's Jimo's foul, about how this was going to go down to the wire at 21-19. Well, since 21-19, it is now 35-25, looking at 37-25. Nigeria have found the key to unlock the box to find out how to win, right?
Yeah, and that's the defensive pressure. I told you guys before, right at the beginning of the game, they are going to pressure, they're going to press, they're going to trap for 40 minutes straight. So as Macaulay hits that, so that's something you have to prepare for before you come into this game. And this isn't new. They played like this in the Afro basket. They played like this in November. So Mozambique should have, you know, known this and prepare as Macaulay hits the second and the press is back on.
Yeah, I love it. Dong now back to break that press for Mozambique. Now this is where they need to get the ball more, but a little under control maybe. Amukamara picks it up, loses it, gets it back to Elonu. Post up from Imovia, and a push in the back from 22 fresh in the game for Mozambique, Ornelia Mutambene.
Yeah, she was definitely undermatched there. She's quite a small but strong player. Never doubt. You know, people always think you need to be tall to play basketball, but there's definitely short, and you know they have their advantage the same way you have your advantages when you're 6'4".
Well, there's a whole load of school of thought right about basic instincts for ball games, or any games in particular. So you can practice, you can talent, but some players have more instinct than others, right? They react differently.
Yeah, timing, everything. And I used to hate, because obviously I'm a post player, a small guard come and box out my legs and my knees, and it's difficult to play against a player like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I must admit, I was a tall guard, so didn't have that many issues. 3 is good for Lavan. 13, Elizabeth Pereira in the game. She's not fresh, but she's in there a few minutes. That's her first shot. Again, zone for Mozambique. They have to do a lot of running around here, but Logan another 3. What a rebound from Imovia. Elonu. Amukamara, counted! 3 is good, 13 the lead, and the press stays on. That's another turnover. Well, you've got 2 inexperienced guards on the floor, Mutumbeni and Pereira for Mozambique. And
yeah, because there's no Costa and there's no Zita. Are they in foul trouble right now?
No. Have a look. The short answer is no.
Thanks. So that's interesting that they put those on, but hey, you've got to learn and trust them. But good job, Nigeria. They found a way, like you said, a key to this game is defense. As we see, it's 41-28. They really just pulled away in this second quarter. As we see a shot there.
There's Pereira's 3. That was the last, I think, points for Mozambique. So from 21-19, it has now gone to 41-28. That's a mathematical 20-9 run. That's pretty impressive, and that's the second half of this first half, so basically all second quarter. Otis Hewley will walk off there, Azania, very, very pleased. You know, when you coach defense and you love the defense, you just got to love the way these kids play.
Yeah, I definitely think they respond, they respect him. He puts in great formats, as we see the stats there. Nigeria, getting to the free throw line, 13 from 23, 57%. Mozambique only shooting 41%. So, they are down around the 2-pointers. And we'll see highlights here. Great highlights. Elenu, silent assassin. Just nice, simple, smooth moves, as you see her post move here. And that's kind of where they've just slowly but surely chipped away. But, the full court press will grind on you and tire you out and make you make mistakes. And the passes need to be crisp. You have to get open for your teammates. So Mozambique haven't really prepared for this as well as I thought they had, because this isn't new. This is Nigerian
There was no
style.
secrets, right?
No secrets at all. It didn't,
It says what it does on the tin, right?
Right. We're going to trap and press you for 40 minutes. That's what it says on the tin, and they stuck
it does
straight
what it says
to
on the tin, yeah. That's the best way of putting it, As we see some highlights here, well, the second quarter belonged to Nigeria for sure. There's no doubt about it. First quarter fairly even. And Leon Omanik there in picture will be very pleased with the way his team played the first 10 minutes. But once you went down deep into the bench, they struggled for class, I would say. That's probably the best word. And when that lady there, number 9, Mohammed, or Aisha Balarabi came in, it turned. Now, again, I'll say it didn't necessarily turn on her performance, but just her presence just initiated a big surge in the defense, and all of a sudden there was daylight between the two teams.
Yeah, she's a veteran for Nigeria, and like you said, her physique, she's smart. She got a nice little layup there. They pressed in the middle, and look, their promise to hit the shot all the time. But yeah, what do you do if you're Mozambique here in the timeout, in the halftime? You talk about how do we manage and how do we get the ball over the halfway line that we get more than 6 seconds to shoot the ball.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? One of the great philosophies of a trapping defense, you can just flash high post, right? You get the ball to the middle of the floor against the press, and from there you can get it to both sides of the floor and hopefully score from both sides.
Right, but Kalu and Elenu, they have such great timing, great length. That's what they live, that's their bread and butter, that's where they make their money. They steal the ball, boom, and they're straight down the other end scoring on you.
Yep, exactly right. Great words, Azania. Well, we'll join you in about 11 minutes for the second half of action. There's more to come. Second half's going to be tough. Even the fourth game tonight, USA Serve is going to be a humdinger. Join us then. We'll see you in about 10 minutes or so.
Svuda širom Srbije, a naravno, to je pogotovo sjajno kada su košarkašice u pitanju. Koliko imaš godina? 11. Jel možeš da pomeriš za 3 poena? Anđela, još jedna Anđela, ti si. Elena? Basta je zamislila, nećemo mnogo da smučimo sa 3 poena. Šutite 3 puta sa lige slobodnog bacanja. Tu su spremljeni sjajni Lasa Poklon, izvolite. Ajde, da ćemo prvo Elena. Ajde, Elena. I tu su naravno zastave na obrazima. Tako se navija za Srbiju. Srbija do Tokija, naravno se posle ova 4 dana. Izvolite. Dobro, prvi pokušaj. Opa, svaka čast. Kako se zove ova seka od dragih djeta? Čučuk stan, ajmo. Dobro, to 3 puta bilo. Ajmo sada još jedna devojčica. Petra, ajmo Petra, 3 bacanja. Da vidimo što li to vežbate tamo u Negotinu. Nemo ništa da se plašiš. Odrede i naši ligari iz Nigerije i iz Mozambika. Opa, i sada najveća pomoć. Da vidimo kako se to radi. Polako, polako, nemoj nikad da žuriš. Posle će trener na časti. I još jednom. Ajde, ajde. Ide. Ajmo još jednom, mnogo bliže. Ajde, izvoli. Da, to je to. Dođite ovdje, devojčice. Lasta, uvek sa vama, uvek uz najbolju košarku, najbolje košarkašice u ovom slučaju. Lasta je spremila lepe poklone za vas. Izjednačeno, ali naravno naša ljubimica pobedi. Zato je razsredio. Ništa, hvala vama. Nadam se da se vidimo i u subotu i nedelju, kada Srbija bude igrala protiv Nigerije i Mozambika. Predstoji dugo vreme afričkog teniska.
Turns. Kete. Behind the back to Burani. What a pass! Tied again at 71.
Is it Luther? Oh, behind the back. The crowd loves it. Oh,
Yeah!
bank it in. What a play. See if that brings her to life.
Look at the pass again. Oh my goodness me! That is ridiculous. Carprio, the greatest showwoman. Lead him. Got miscommunication and Johannes is there. Oh boy. Isn't she special?
I mean, in this game alone, I think she has all the top 5 plays of the day. Look at this.
Xiaoteng has it, shakes and bakes, spins, puts it up! Xiaoteng with the spin! She spun the other way this time. She put us all in a spin.
Welcome back, everyone. 3 minutes to go left of this halftime break. Teams are warming up. It's Mozambique that will come out in the second half having to answer more questions than they answered in the first half in all reality. I'm joined here by Xenia Stewart. Xenia would be in third game today. Interesting battle, this one, isn't it? Battle for Africa. Only one team will go through from African region to the Olympics. Looking like in Nigeria right now, as if Mozambique don't have the answers.
Yeah, well, Nigeria are the well-seasoned team, the back-to-back African champions, so they know what it takes to win. Also, with the kind of setup in the tournament is that only one team, African team, can make the Olympics. So this is basically this team's final with Nigeria and Mozambique, both from that country. So I think it has been an Nigerian full force winning this race, but you know, it's another half of basketball, so they can't get complacent. And also, you want to keep working on things. You don't want to relax. You want to keep working on your press. If anything, empty out your bench, let everyone else play if it gets too out of control. But Mozambique is going to be tough.
Well, there's no way back, though, is there? They don't win this game. See Lionel Manique here. See what he's got to say.
Ficou claro, tivemos uma primeira parte difícil devido ao número de turnovers que cometemos. Estamos com 21 turnovers em 20 minutos, é o que deu vantagem a eles. Se nós melhorarmos os turnovers, acredito que fizemos uma boa segunda parte.
Okay, it was a first half, difficult first half. We commit a lot of turnovers. That's the thing that gave points to them.
Okay, so coach, not the best first quarter for you guys, but in the second you really came alive. What was it that you thought changed in there?
Just always a slow start. And our first practice was the other day. So it's really hard to come together with a couple of new pieces and play a team like that. That's been together for 4 months, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's a little hard. But I think our girls are starting to get in the rhythm, and hopefully we can take off from the second quarter and be even better.
And what do you need to do in that second half now to make sure you get the win?
Take care of the basketball and stay between them and the basket. All right? Thank you.
Coach is there for Nigeria. He is very smart and witty.
He had to finish with an eye.
Yeah. How do you stop Mozambique? Stay in between them and the basket.
Simple game, really.
There you go.
Zane, I'm going to put another little philosophical query to you. So, Africa, the continent of Africa, in terms of basketball development, you know, easily the last continent to really pick up the game full time. But now, in terms of participation and organization, do you think Nigeria's model is going to catch on by they bringing outside coaches? They really hammer home the idea of development within the kids that are growing up playing.
There's a future basketball player right there.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, I definitely think that, but also, like you said, with coaches' influence and a lot of the players having American schooling in the NCAA, I definitely think that aspect of the game has definitely helped them throughout, you know, building Nigeria's culture.
And they will have deliberately gone out and said, listen, we need kids that can play for Nigeria and wherever you've grown up, wherever you're born, and we're going to make the team. This is a team that you can model off, right? The future generations will look at these teams and say, listen, I want to be part of this.
Yeah, and this is a fantastic team. Like I've said from the beginning, they trap and press the whole game. This is really difficult if you don't play and you're just a spectator watching this game. To trap for 40 minutes, to press for 40 minutes is difficult.
Third period set to start here. We are in Belgrade, Serbia. Leah Dong will get the first offense of the third period. This looks like a charging foul against Dong, I think. Yep.
Yeah, that's a big force coming in there. Well done.
Some good defense there. Look at the replay. Yeah. The
silent assassin.
As you rightfully say, she is everywhere, omnipresent on the floor. Defense, offense, a job's to be done. She's there for it. Zone for Mozambique. This better be good because 2 scores. This game's going to be a long way to come back. There's one of the shot missed. Can they get the rebound? They do. Off to the races goes Mozambique. Lavanagi goes up and scores.
That's a nice drive, straight down the middle, straight to Kalu, so that's hard to defend, and a nice finger roll over the rim. Good job for her.
So Mozambique getting very active in the defense. Elanu on that far side. Kalu, Ngifa, Akator, can she finish? No, and again Mozambique come up with the rewards. Great start to the second half for the team in red.
Yeah, Akator had
Dong's gonna get 3 seconds if she's not careful. She's not moved.
Wow, she is in there. Akator had Victoria McCauley there as a 3-point shot goes up. An easy little pass under the rim.
Yeah, Mutambeni, I'm not sure that was the best advice. Shot, Kalu, great pass. Finish is good from Ngifa.
Great pass by Kalu.
Here's the Teres. McCauley comes up and does a great job of stopping the ball where it could have been most dangerous in the middle of the floor. McCauley getting long arms out. Into the lane goes Mafanele, misses. Nigeria off to the races again. Kalu. We got a foul. As Antonye and Ngifa will get 2 shots here.
I wonder how tall his Ngifa going. Good job. How tall she is, because she plays like this small forward kind of 4-man. But she doesn't look that tall to me, but she uses her
5'9",
body.
5'10" maybe.
Yeah, she uses her body so well. She gets deep down in the paint, posts up hard every time, and she gets rewarded at the line.
So Antonye Ngifa played at UCLA, Xenia, as you probably know. She's from Torrance, California. And Torrance, California is famous place for the birth of another great women's basketball player.
And that is?
Exactly. Diana Taurasi
is from there?
Torrance, California, yep.
Sadly, she's not at this tournament.
No, but one of the true greats. She's one of those players that move the bar that much higher for women's basketball, for sure. Mozambique now, Mafanela. Now we've got an offensive foul. This will be against Dong, I think, again. Now that will be foul number 2.
Mohammed, they're excited. They got another foul on Dong. She just needs to make sure she sets solid. I mean, she's very strong, so people are going to bounce off of her. Referees are going to call that call. So she has to make sure she's solid and she's not moving in her screens.
Again, I always go back to the guy, the person using the screen is almost responsible for the foul too. Great kick over to Kalu. Low post is Elonu, and quietly the whisper. And Elonu for 2. And a turnover on the inbound. What happened there? Did they step over the line? Afanela. And timeout for Mozambique. I'm sure it won't be Otisuli's timeout because he's on a roll. Mozambique need to answer questions. They're down by 16. Things are getting worse.
Mafa, há um homem que está a vir aqui atrás a cortar aqui, não é isso? Você olha isso aqui, volta para aqui. Ele depois está a voltar assim. Formiga de sair, tira aqui para aqui, puxa para aqui também. Panela que tira aqui. Há de voltar aqui. Tu e Formiga tem que trabalhar muito aqui.
Yeah, his Portuguese is so fast. He's speaking so fast, I can't make anything out, and I can't see the board either. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out with, but they definitely have the answer.
Are you telling me if he slowed down, you'd understand?
I could catch some words. I felt pretty good about the Spanish
good for
halftime.
You. Yeah. Good for you. That education at the University of Florida did some good then, eh?
There you go.
Well done. Well done, Florida.
Well, I spent 2.5 years playing in Spain, so.
That's true. Nigeria, the inbound here, trying to turn the screw one more notch. Akator sets a ball screen for Kalu. Kalu loves to look at the shot, and that is why. 18 the lead. And again, the press goes on.
Yeah.
Here's the replay. It could have been a foul as well.
That mid-range jumper there, like we talked about, that's a difficult shot as the press is back on.
Oh, look, yeah, we got it there. There it is, Elonu, 2 more. This is right in front of the Nigerian bench too. They are buoyed up for this.
And just like that, the lead's back up to 20.
Yeah. Lavangane feeds Mafanele, all sorts of problems. Yeah, the foul was called. It was probably, you know, in a situation where you're causing turnovers, sometimes contact doesn't get called.
Yeah,
that time was.
You see it there, just a bit too aggressive, but that's their style, and sometimes you just have to give up a few of those cheap shots.
Oh, you know, you talk about players adapting to referees. Sometimes you can have a style of play where the referees have to adapt to you. i.e. very aggressive, in-your-face stuff, so they don't call every foul. Dong, 3. That's a backball one. If it goes in, it was way off to the left, and the Tigress is off to the races here.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're called the Tigers. Nigerian Tigers.
Akator, that's off her foot. A little bit of respite here for Mozambique as they get a turnover.
I like that a few teams call themselves, like, you know, the Opals.
Especially the African teams, they're all got great nicknames, yeah.
Fun fact, we were going to be called the Royals at one point, Great Britain.
That's
Didn't
nice,
happen.
Simple, nice, obvious. Dong, double team coming. There's the kick. One more pass to Kossa. Kossa's not been a great threat from the three-point line. And couldn't deliver the pass to Mafanela either.
Yeah, they have 6 seconds here. Mozambique needs to find a quick shot. I go to Dong or potentially Kassa maybe.
Back screen for Dong. Kossa's going to get open too. Fires one up. Hits rim and the rebound Akator. And Yifa now off to the races. Number 21 for Nigeria. Back to Akator. In and out. Dong the rebound. How many rebounds does Leah Dong have? I wonder. Do you have stats available?
I can get them for you.
Skip past to Kossa. Past to Dong. Dong should finish this one. Yes. Soft touch. Never fails, Leah Dong. There's some big games for Mozambique. I'm not sure where they'd be actually without her. Again, Nigeria fighting against that zone, little 2-3 zone. A lot of moving around for Mozambique. There's the back door, and Gifa, the late footer, is good. And more misery on this Mozambique defense.
Gifa, for me, has an all-round game. Like I said before, she's posting up, she's also bringing the ball up, and then you see there, nice little jump shot for her. Great game for her tonight.
So no offensive rebounds for Leah Dong. She has 5 in total, so not as many as I thought she might have had. Kossa, great switch out from Kalu. Lavangani penetrates up and turns it over. Kalu, open floor. Great step in, and the referees were quick to get a foul. You can take your pick on the foul, Kossa or Zida. And that's got to be Kossa because there's 2 hands from the referee.
And Kalu, as we see there, look at that.
Good call.
Double foul, truly. She's off to the races and gets a great drive to the basket and causes a foul.
So Izina Kalu will get 2 shots here. She's 5 of 5 from the line. She's Miss Hot Hand today. She goes short on the next one. The commentator's curse there.
That's truly a real thing. I didn't think so, but now that I'm a commentator, I believe it.
You put the curse on a few players, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Kalu, and that one misses 2. Flying rebound from Akator. Kalu will get the ball back in her hands again. High post is Macaulay. She fumbles it, gets it straight down to Akator. Up and under move. Is there a travel there? No, there's foul. And Mafanela under the bucket is saying to the referee, that's a travel.
You've got to plead your case, don't you?
Yeah. I still don't know whether that rule is a where you step through and lift your pivot foot or not.
If it's a travel. Well, there was a point where the spin move was a travel.
Sure.
In college until the men could do it and the women couldn't. But I don't know. It just depends how well you do it, how quick you do it.
Yep.
If that's
sometimes it looks awkward. You get called for the travel, right?
Right. That pivot foot, if you pick it up too early, just depends.
So there's movement on the Nigerian bench, Azania, as a new player comes in. This is going to be number 4, Elizabeth Logan, back in the game. She played a bit the first half. Enough time to get 2 threes fired off. Both of them missed. But she's happy to play the defense, as they all do coming off the bench. I guess if you don't play, you don't. If you don't play the D, you don't play.
Yeah, but
there's no half measures on this team.
Right, but I also think it kind of ignites Nigeria, you know, getting tips, getting traps, getting plays.
Oh, yeah. Deflections all over the place.
Yeah, they definitely feed off of it.
Kossa, far side. Mafanela's high, 14. This is Zita. Zita made a 3 in the first quarter. This is down low to Dong. They've got this ball very few times today. Kossa 3 at last. Kossa makes one of the 3 she's been given.
Yeah, Mozambique definitely needed that, as we see the highlight. Dong just drive in and kick to Kossa for the 3.
And believe it or not, that's her first points of the game. She's a starter, 1 of 4. Here's Akator to Balogan. What have we got here? Offensive? No, I think it's gone against the defense. No. Kossa. She went flying, which means that Balogan must have put something on her. Let's have a look. There's a small reach from Kossa, but an extended arm from Balogan.
Yeah, but with this foul means that Mozambique are in trouble, and now, from now on, Nigeria will go to line with every foul. Mozambique.
They're over the limit. 5th team foul, yeah. Only 1 for Nigeria.
Yeah,
Logan,
so
soft touch too, like that.
With the 1 for Nigeria, that means they can turn up the heat even more. They can press, they can, you know, be more risky, run through passes with only 1 foul. And there goes Didi Madu to the left there.
So Nigeria's 1 of 10 from the 3-point line. Who made the 3? So I just want to make sure you've been awake. There's a quiz on this later on. Who made the 3 for the Nigeria? Turnover here, Leah Dong at midcourt, poor pass.
Promise Amokamara.
Yeah, well done. Here she is on the ball as well. What have you got, Promise? Another 2.
She promises to be spectacular.
Got a feel that one's got a lot of mileage left in it. Another turnover. Beautiful play from Nigeria. They are everywhere on defense. All swarming, smothering, suffocating. Call what you want. Well, they turn that one as a pull pass from Logan down to Immobia. Zita breaks the press. There's a definite feeling of, we got foul in the back here from Sarah Immobia, I think, 24.
Yeah, that's a battle down there, posting up. If we see the highlight, I'm not sure, but they are battling for position down deep in the post there.
I think it might be a knee in the back as she's catching, just lent to too far forward. Zita. Dong gets up top, open. They'll go to Makuro, who's played very few minutes in this game because of foul trouble. Mafanela's left with the jump shot, and that's why Dong has no offensive rebounds today, because they've got players all around her, crowding her out.
Yeah, and doing a much better job boxing her out.
Kamara, like the move, just couldn't quite finish it. Just bounced off her right leg at the last minute. Took the defense by surprise. The defense has definitely slackened off here because Kamara's in. There's not that same intensity, but it goes in waves for this Nigerian team. Dong will get an opportunity to score here. Foul will go against Nigeria's Sarah Immobia with 24, I think.
Yeah, I think they're finding Nigeria's doing a great job to make it difficult, as we see Dong here gets the ball to the baseline in an easy bucket. That's what they kind of need more of, but Nigeria's doing a great job, like you said, smothering her, making it difficult for her, and coaches over there clapping at her saying, we need more of this. We need you to score.
Well, a lot of it's just getting to the ball in the right position.
Correct,
right? She can go to work if you get the ball, but the problem so far has been getting her there where she needs it. She has 15 out of the 38 points, completely imbalanced to the rest of the team. And Kamara gets a screen from Immobia. She's picked up 2 quick fouls. Another turnover from Mozambique. This is a good passage of play here, and spoilt with that rather risky pass. Mafanela wide open. Can they get the ball inside again one more time to Dong? They do. And she finishes and fouls. Well, she's found a sweet spot, that's for sure. Fouls against Elonu. 2 shots to come for Leah Dong. She was the MVP. You see the replay of this. MVP in the Angolan League. I think it's 2014, 2015. She now plays at a club called Guernica Bizkaia.
And where is that located?
Well, you tell me, because you played in Spain.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's in the Basque country of Spain.
Oh, Basque.
But that's not the point. Guernica, does that ring any bells for you?
Yeah, Guernica, yeah.
And what about, and because Guernica is the famous painting by Pablo Picasso.
Oh.
And Picasso painted the painting from the town of Guernica, which was heavily bombed during the Second World War.
Well, I've learned something new
today. There you go. And the town of Guernica in the Basque.
Did that come off the top of the dome, or did you Google that before?
Nothing comes from the top of the dome, I can promise you that. There is nothing on the top of the dome.
Well, thank you for that sweet fact.
Or in the dome. Turnover again for Nigeria, so a little rattled here. Luckily, they have a 19-point comfort zone to play with.
Yeah, but it's still the third quarter. Don't let off the heat, in my opinion.
No. Otis Hewley will not be taking his eyes off the prize for sure.
Yep, and here's the press.
And a turnover straight away. Zita completely out of control.
I think also if they just, I would rather a 5-second violation than a turnover or throw it out of bounds. Just take your time. You don't need to pass right away.
Yeah, you're right. I completely agree. You've got to really have composure. We will see these two teams play against some good teams, Serbia and the USA, and they will deal with the press with greater ease, I'm sure. Logan fires up a shot. She is not shy, is she, Sarah Logan?
She sure is, and that is a beautiful
Never
jump
seen
shot
a shot she doesn't like. There we're going to see it. Dribble to the baseline. And that's not bad. Makura comes up top, had the three, didn't want it. Mafanela goes one-on-one to the lane. That's a good-looking move and scores.
Great, strong drive there.
Back to 19 again.
Yeah, you can't relax, sorry, you can't relax. We've still got, you know, 1 minute 20 here in the third. They just got to get a few more defensive possessions. And they're right back in the game.
It's Logan again. Nice pass down to Mohammed, and that is a tough move. I mean, she's just completely eased Leah Dong out the way.
Yeah, she's a strong body. Mozambique has no answer for her. Good job, Mohammed, to post up strong there.
And, you know, she's not going to back down from that task of guarding Leah Dong, is she?
No.
Zita in a bit of trouble here, ball handling the ball, guarded by Amo Kamara. An offensive foul against against Mafanela. Beautiful work from Sarah Movia.
Look at this. She doesn't give up on the play there, diving for the ball, and ultimately gets rewarded.
I'm not sure there was a foul, though, from Mafanela. You know, to get a foul in that situation, you have to be pushing off, right, from the defense from behind you.
Yeah.
I didn't see an extended arm. But you know what? The referee was closer than me.
Hey, they've got their job and we've got ours.
Exactly right. There's a foul on this play here. Looks like a similar call from behind. That's going to go against. Not sure who that's against. Oh, it's against.
Elizabeth Piera.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Thank you for bailing me out on that one. Number 13 for Mozambique.
Got you. And Ifi. Ibekwe. Look at us. Thank you. Finishing each other's sentences, and we've only been working 3 games. Makes her first.
So only 2 players have not scored for Nigeria. Ogoke and one we haven't seen yet, Edifurioka, on the bench, yet to play. Maybe injured, we don't know. Is Zita up top. That was dying to be turned over, and it was in the end. Sarah Movia getting an easy layup here. Those wonderfully, those pink sneakers are just flying out to me right now. I'm just, my eyes are gazed upon them. I'm not sure I would have worn pink sneakers when I was playing.
Well, you know, now
I was
it's
one
in
for
fashion.
colored sneakers. Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Dong kicks one on to Pereira. That's the end of the third period. Azania, the lead is 25. It's been extended since the break. Is there a way back here for Mozambique?
Yeah, Nigeria are up 66-41, Mozambique. They're in a very big hole situation here, Mozambique. I'm not sure what the answers are here. As we see the stats, they're only shooting 11 from 24 and 40% from the 3. They are getting to the line, but Nigeria is truly the powerhouse. They are showing why they are the African basket champions. So for me, Nigeria, I think you do go back to Donge. You see a steal here and some nice highlights. But I think Nigeria has done enough to put this game away, but you can never say never, and I don't like to say it's over until the fat baby
There's
sings.
always a way back. And I've not seen her actually. She's not walked into the gym yet, so
I don't think so either.
when she walks in, we'll let everybody know. That's beautiful basketball there from Nigeria, just moving the ball. Mozambique have had a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint on any penetration.
Yeah, and like we've spoken about the European teams only having, 3-4 days practice before this tournament, but Nigeria did play in the AfroBasket together, and then they had a pre-qualifiers for this tournament in November. So they've kind of played, okay, it's not a lot of time, but they've played a lot together, and that's why I think, as a t-shirt flies over my head, that's why I think they are playing so seamlessly and so well together.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's going to be a broken record by the end of this 4 days, right? We didn't have enough preparation time, and somebody else did have more preparation time, but
how else, I know it's hard, but how else can you fit in preparation time? Because the European season is not going to finish. The Asian side of the of their league they finished early for this tournament, January.
Yeah, I think, and then once the tournament starts, once you got your first game under your belt, you just got to go with what you got, right?
Right. But the thing is with the national teams now, there's no real team that hasn't played a lot together. There's a lot of veterans, there's a lot of, togetherness, especially I can speak from GB. They've been together for a very long time. Nigeria, I know I watched in the Afro Basket. They have been together for a long time. So
well, Lucas Mondela was talking about in the press conference, wasn't he, how the program works from its way right the way down, and how he'd worked with some of these kids at junior level,
right.
so he knows them. They know the system.
The Spanish coach, that is.
Yeah. And Eda Ferrioka is in the game for the first time, number 12 for Nigeria. Big 25-point lead for the Tigresses. Ibekwe stopped very well there by Zita, and a shot clock violation against Nigeria. Mozambique came out after the third quarter break of up the ante big time.
Yeah, that's definitely what you need to come back out, start the fourth quarter with that type of energy and that type of stop, and just get yourself going again. Let's see what they play here. Hopefully they go to their top player.
Well, I'll be very surprised if they don't get Leah Dong the ball in the low post. They're going to run a screenplay for her. Well blocked by Logan. Makura goes in. Ball's on the floor. I still don't understand why they didn't get Dong come to this near side again, just to wait and be patient, get her the ball. Eda Ferrioka, number 12 with the ball, and the referee's keen to get involved with the fourth period with a travel. Good call.
Yep. See, that is quite obvious to call because it's such a dramatic step.
It's a long stride too.
Yeah, you have to get the ball down quick. So
you've been taught well, Xenia.
I have.
That's like the common mistake for you bigs, isn't it? Travel.
I learned that in Australia. We learned the throw down.
Yep. Catch and throw down, right?
Yeah.
Great switch out from Kalu there. Just spotted that play with ease. They're reading the game so well defensively, Nigeria. Makoro gets a travel down the other end. She'll be very upset with that. I think she wanted to come up with a spin move there.
And Kalu there just says, girls, let's settle down. Let's get something good. Let's get a good look at the basket. Great leadership from her there. She brings up the ball.
Yeah, she's a good player.
Turnovers, sorry, turnovers 33 for Mozambique. That is the game right there.
Not seen a game with that many turnovers for a long, long time, ever since I was coaching, I think.
Right, and there's still fourth quarter to play.
Yes. This should be a wide open layup here from Makoro. It is indeed. So 2 points there.
And
on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and the first time they've broken the press.
Yeah, something went wrong. Somebody didn't get a matchup right for Nigeria. Well, Dong has just completely laid out Mohammed there with a forearm, trying to squeeze up the pick and roll. You know, it's that high near the halfway. There's no need to squeeze that high. You can actually lay off and let the defense goes underneath naturally.
Right, and unfortunately that's her third, but I wouldn't sub her at this point. You can't afford it.
Will you notice there, Leah Dong looked up to the scoreboard and had to squint to see the scoreboard. Now, you may laugh, but I'm short-sighted. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I've got contacts in as we speak.
Very important. A great move there from Mohammed. Just met a little Mozambique wall there and then throws it errantly out of bounds. But it's important, isn't it? Because you need to focus in basketball. In an arena like this, when you're shooting, trying to focus on the basket, not easy.
I've played in arenas where there's no backboard part. What do you call that? The move back?
Basket?
No, the back
rim,
part.
net.
No.
Referee.
What the basket is held up by?
Stanchion.
The stanchion.
So it came down from the floor, from the ceiling.
It came from the ceiling.
Yeah. I wonder what you're trying to get there.
Sorry, I couldn't. No. Stanchion. Who knew that?
Logan dribbles it out. Didn't look very comfortable at all dribbling that ball out, Sarah Logan. She was tied up by Makuro.
Great jump ball there. I was saying with the stanchion, as we see.
There you see the
jump ball.
Jump ball, yeah.
Is the basket is floating in the air.
Yes.
So it's hard.
Yeah. 3 from Pereira, I think it is. That's her second tray.
But it's not hard for Pereira. She's hitting those threes.
Yeah. They left her wide open, didn't they? The defense has gone to sleep slightly this fourth period for Nigeria. An open layup, an open 3. A lot of dribbling, almost a turnover on Kalu there. Need to get something going better. Logan loves the 3 and drains it. Holds up 3 fingers as if to say, that is my game.
Really nice minutes from her. She claps her hands. She knows that's a big shot for them.
Yeah. Backdoor Mafanela. Oh, picked off with ease by Ibekwe. And yeah, I think there was a fumble before the foul. The referee that saw it didn't call it. The referee that was behind the play, there it was. Oh no, you know what, I eat my words. That was a good call.
Oh yeah, it came down over her arms. You're right.
Ibekwe had fumbled it, so I'm not sure she would have actually gathered it anyway and had a shot. Until you've refereed a game, you don't know how difficult it is, do you?
Yeah, I would totally agree with you. I had this conversation with my husband. He used to be a referee back in his day.
Well, you know, in England, we all grew up having to referee games, you know, little kid games.
Yeah, but he always talks about how difficult it is, and then also, you know, with the crowd, if it's a loud game, or, you know, the people shouting at you, it's really hard to stay controlled and composed.
Yep.
So these referees are doing a great job.
And I think they do such a great job, FIBA, even the EuroLeague around the world, of getting the referees trained, getting them the right temperament.
I didn't know that they have to do a fitness test. Their sleep is monitored. They have the sleep watch, what they eat, what they wake up. If they make bad calls.
What do you mean monitor sleep? I mean, they
have
watch over them?
No, a watch, like a clock watch on their wrist.
A watch can tell you when you're asleep.
Yeah, their heart rate.
Wow.
And so they'll monitor that, and then say if they do have a bad game, you know that never happens, but so happens if they miss calls or something like that, they'll go back and they'll assess their game. Why did you do this? Did you eat well? Did you sleep well? Were you under stress? It's really intense.
Great job.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to deal with the pressure at this level. I mean, it's not the fact there's a lot of crowd in here, but it's a lot of pressure on this with coaches, players. Mafanela goes up, misses, and Logan there outlets to the ever-present Azine Kalu. Great pass into Mohamed. Mohamed spins, easy two. Nice. I don't think Dong wanted to pick up another foul.
Yeah.
It might be time to rest Leah Dong, you know.
Yeah, it might be an idea, but that was a great move by Mohamed. There's nothing Dong can do that when she's that low. Nice spin move for her.
Makoro wanted a jump shot. Nice pass from Makoro to Zita. And 2 for the number 5. For Mozambique, who was 7 for the game. Here's Kalu. He's got the pass. Ediferoka couldn't quite catch it. Picks up the foul. So capital cities. You know, it's always it's capital of Nigeria. You see the foul there. There's the reach. Just caught for Ediferoka there, reaching in to get the slow-mo. Capital Nigeria, not well known this one.
Is it Abuja?
It is Abuja, yeah.
Yes!
And how about Mozambique?
No idea. But I'm excited I got Nigeria because I was going to say Lagos.
Maputo is Mozambique's capital. There you go.
Thanks.
Which is where the championships were held, wasn't the pre-Olympic qualifying tournament for Mozambique to get here. Mafanela goes up. Ediferoka picks up a second foul in 20 seconds. And we'll have 2 shots for Mafanela. There's the foul on the arm, wrist.
She misses the first.
24 the deficit. I'm going to guess another 2 or 3 minutes of intense defense, and Nigeria will be close to getting this one closed out. Bit of pressure down the floor from Mozambique. Kalu deals with it with ease, and that's the difference between the 2 teams, right? Kalu, the very experienced point guard.
Yeah, she doesn't make many mistakes. She doesn't get rattled either. She's definitely the engine for this team.
Oh, nice move from Logan. Beautiful. I would say the words exquisite.
Ooh. Might add that to my vocab.
Now Sarah Logan's the one at Louisville. So she's playing at Louisville now. And I am sure that they are very, very pleased to have that type of talent. She can shoot, she's long, plays defense. Here's Ediferoka up top. Logan wants to go back door. She'll take the lob, and
that's disappointing there. There you see she's asking for the lob, but you really have to make sure, get contact with your defensive player and really seal off.
And you got to jump for the ball, right?
Right.
And throw it to you.
Right. And the back door was open,
yeah.
Truly. She should have gone back door.
Timeout was called by Otashuli. I think he's probably a little disappointed the way they're finishing this one off.
Let's see what he says.
But we have to big a shout out, Zanya, to the dancers or gymnastics that we've seen, timeouts and end of quarters. And that one was great with the music, with the drums, really special.
That's how I felt right there. Ooh. Yeah, they've been very good. Also in that timeout, coach for Nigeria said to Mohammed, Dong has not scored. Why is that? And he looked at Mohammed and he said, good job. That is because of your physical presence. He obviously said something else, but I'm trying to give it the PG rating.
Yeah, no, well done.
Yeah.
Good spot.
Yeah, and just said to her, well done.
Good translation, Azania.
Thank you. I like how you pronounce my name. My mother pronounced it like that.
Oh, is that right?
Azania.
Azania.
I would say Azania. But I'll take it, like this 3.
Mums. Jima holds up a hand to say sorry, but you know the shot was there for the taking.
Fun fact, where is my name originated from?
I'm going to say some Greek gods. Is there a Greek god of Azania?
No, it's a clue. We're watching this nation, so it's somewhere from Africa.
Nigeria?
Nope.
Mozambique?
It's not none of these two.
Oh.
It's East Africa.
Yeah. Kenya?
Tanzania, next to it.
Is that right? This was that's a good-looking pass. Down low, Edifurioka blows the layup. You get another opportunity, maybe. Yes!
Way to stick with it.
So that leaves Sarah Ngoke, the only person not to score so far. Into the game fresh for Ismabjaya for, that's a long 3 from Kosa. And Seda scores. Number 60, we've not seen her for a long, long time.
I was going to just say that. Has Seda been on the bench?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not been on the court. Anu Kamara almost had a pocket pick there.
And 40,
Logan.
40 points in the paint.
There is Ngoke. Well, Ngoke is going to get a chance to score here. I got a feeling she jumped up in the air with the ball when she caught it. I don't know whether you saw that as well.
Yeah. And the 4th foul on Costa there. And this is the last play, you said, to score for Nigeria?
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. Let's not jinx her. She's going to make it.
We're all willing this one in. Ow. Thank you. I don't think Otis Hewley has got any idea that all his players have scored right now, but...
Pass the baby. Pass the parcel.
When the music stops.
Great.
Good concentration there from Sarah Ngoke. Everybody on the score sheet, that's what you love to see. (22) is Mutumbene here for Mozambique. She's going to penetrate all the way in, flies it up, hits the bottom of the backboard. It's a good-looking pass from Ngoke's got 4 now. It was Amu Kamara with the pass. She'll get the assist.
Right, Ngoke got out early in the transition. She ran hard for that bucket.
And Nigeria finishing strong here, and without Leah Dong, Mozambique are really struggling to find some scorers. Njaya's in the game. There's Jimo with the jump shot turnaround. Mohammed gets the rebound. It just ended up in a lap, really. Amu Kamara. Ngoke. Nice look down to Mohammed. There's Amu Kamara. Well, Logan fights for the ring. Looks like she had it in her hands and then dropped out. Off to the regaces goes Njaya. Jimo, Mutumbene, Kossa, never been short of attempting the 3 today. She must be about 1 for 6. Agoke puts the defense up in the air, turns the corner, and a foul from Seda. That'll be her 3rd foul. We are inching our way to the end of this one. I don't think there's any way back. There's a little bump from Seda there.
No, definitely been the Nigerians. So I think I've been very impressed with them. They've come out strong right from the beginning. Coach has gone deep in his bench. Everyone has scored. Everyone's done their job. And they've really punched their ticket to the Olympic Games. Fantastic. And they should be really proud of themselves. Because I think the men's Nigerian team have also made it, if I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think men and women will be going to Tokyo.
Which is pretty, that's some great feat. I think for the women, I'm not sure they've been before. Foul here at, it's against 20. Dolce Luis Mabjaya.
I don't know about previous years, but I know when I was in the Olympics 2012, it was
just the
Angola. Men. No, it was Angola.
Yeah, the Nigerian men were there.
Nigerian men,
yeah, but
yes,
not the women, no.
And the women, as Mohammed misses the first. Yeah, it was Angola who was the African representative.
Well, we'll be digging out the books tomorrow to find out the true history. We haven't got time right now. We should know it, of course.
Hey, we've had 4 games today. No, well, we've managed to have lunches.
3.
That's a nice steal by Promise Amukamara.
Oh, she's quick. She's got some lightning speed, Promise Amukamara.
Yeah, we eating. Victoria Macaulay is saying, we're here.
So the only way back, I think, is for Mozambique to win 2 games now.
Yeah, they've got to beat USA.
Serbia and USA.
Yeah.
Which, although nothing's impossible.
Let me check for you. Their next game is versus USA. And then they play Serbia. So that's going to be very, very difficult.
Nice move there from Mohammed. Aisha Mohammed there. Had a good game today. Really been impressed with her presence, her defense, especially on Leia Dong for sure. Has not really given up any ground. Kossa comes in, turned over by Ede Ferrioka. And 40 seconds left. Nigeria will get an offense and maybe Mozambique will get one too.
This Promise sets them up. One last run, I think. 9 seconds on the clock here.
I'm not sure she'll even take a shot here. It's not the end of the game. They're hugging and shaking hands. It's not the end of the game yet. Still 16 seconds left.
Oh, the Mozambique coach. Yeah, he's on the way down.
Well, Aisha Mohammed turned around and started shaking hands too. I think she thought it'll be over now, though. Ball's on the floor. There'll be an 8-second call first, I think. The referees have to blow this at 3 seconds. They'll have to blow for an 8-second call.
They're over it.
Theoretically,
the game
should have been an 8-second call. Game over. 85-51. Nigeria have triumphed in true style. 34-point victory. All in all, it will probably mean Nigeria on their way to the Olympics, but the strangest things have happened in life. Mozambique have to come up with victories against Serbia and USA to turn that around. That does not look realistic based on the form we've seen so far. But it's not done until it's done, really. Azani, your thoughts on Nigeria?
As they celebrate here, yeah, really tough team. I am so impressed with them. I said from the start they will press. They did exactly that. I thought their energy off the bench from Promise coming, Promise Amukamara, she giving them great energy. Kalu, Elu, you know, the list goes on from Ife. I thought she did great as well. Honestly, this team is very well-rounded, very. You have all, you know, the arsenal, all the strength, and I think they'll do pretty well. If they, you know, if so be it, and their ticket is stamped in the 2020 Olympic Games in a couple months here. I'm worried about Nigeria, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to see now how they compare to a European team, to one of the best, Serbia, and then the ultimate #1 team, USA, how they go. in the rest of this tournament will really kind of, you know, give us some sort of idea.
So I'm going to give you another question, right? Are there any fringe players out there who can qualify Nigerian of a good standard who may now, with the Olympics coming up, say, okay, I want to be part of this?
Right. I'm not too sure, but definitely with number 4.
Logan?
Yes, Logan from coming up from
Louisville.
From Louisville.
Anything else you want me to say?
Thank you very much. Could you run my back for me? No, sorry. Thank you very much for that help. But she is new to this team, and she was great today. She did it all.
Very good.
Very good. And we see the stats here. Truly, it's just all Nigeria. 70% from the free throw, 67, 15%. Only 2 from 13 from the three-point line. Probably the one thing they could, you know, do better on. 21 steals, 19 assists. They did an all-round wonderful game. I think between them and Spain was just a full well, this is a different group, sorry, but just they have done a full tremendous job. And Donge there with 16, and the silent assassin Ellen New with a great contribution too. So I'm excited for Nigeria, their prospects, what they're going to look like, what they're going forward. I'm excited to see how they go on from here.
Well, we're all excited that you're excited, Isenia. Great job. We'll see some highlights now. It was one-way traffic for a long time, although that wide-open layup for Mozambique was few and far between. Look at the turnovers, 38 turnovers for Mozambique. The 2 players almost got double-figure turnovers. Leah Dong had 9 and 9 for Zita and 8 for Dong. That's a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, I just don't think Mozambique were really truly prepared for the full court press that Nigeria. They got a lot of turnovers and a lot of easy baskets from that. Hence why they scored 85 points.
So they got 51 against Nigeria. It doesn't get any easier for them to play USA and Serbia. Are we looking at similar scores?
Yeah, I think so. Especially their true offense is Donge, and if you don't get her in good positions, she struggles to score, you know. So I'm not sure where they are in this tournament, but you just play your heart out. You play for your country. These are big moments in your career. To get this far is a really great achievement for Mozambique. Sure. I don't think they thought they were going to be here. They got the great big win against Senegal. So good for them. I mean, you just play hard, but truly this is a Nigerian show.
Yeah, I totally agree. In some ways, that win against Senegal in that home pre-qualifier was their coming of age, right? To get to this next level is a whole different step for this team. And it all revolves around height, talent, everything. Nigeria's got it. They've got it in abundance. And they are a team on the world stage right now. Hope you enjoyed it. We are 3 down, 1 to go. The big one's up next, USA. If you haven't seen this USA team play, you're going to have some fun. They're against Serbia, the home team. The crowds are flocking into the game to get ready for this one. We see a whole bunch of kids up the top there, top deck, top right, or waving the Serbian flags. It's going to be a humdinger.